Hi, performers and achievers. Welcome to Performers and Achievers Daily with me, Raj Gavurla. In today's episode, I'm talking about your healthy boundaries. Your healthy boundaries are essential. They're essential to protect your environment. They're essential to protect any kind of relationship you have. They're essential to protect the culture that you're around, and they're essential to protect your awareness, your focus, so that you're not as distracted. And so you have these healthy boundaries. You have healthy boundaries with the nutrition that you eat. You have healthy boundaries in lots of ways. And so that's what's essential is healthy boundaries. It's not that you're depriving yourself of anything. No, you have healthy boundaries. And that's what keeps you in the right environment, having the right relationships, the ones that you enjoy, the ones that you like. That's what keeps you aware and focus and have situational awareness. That's what keeps your nutrition good. That's what keeps you exercising. That's what keeps you making breakthroughs and learning to implement. And it also is what keeps you improving or progressing. Our healthy boundaries. These healthy boundaries are very important. And they can be different based on the situation, based on the purpose of the event, right? You're different in different scenarios, different situations with healthy boundaries, right? So here are some examples when you're working, for example, and you have healthy boundaries. And let's say that people report to you. Well, because of your healthy boundaries, and since they report to you, then you are accessible to them and you're able to use those healthy boundaries. And that way you gain insights into how the teamwork's being done, how the work's being done, executed, what are some of the issues, what can you do to simplify it, those kind of matters. Also, you have healthy boundaries in the sense that sometimes you let go that you're going to be around for these few days because you're working on something specific, and therefore that's something to where you have healthy boundaries and they're appreciative of that, and they can hold off on whatever it is that they may be coming to you, or they can work together and figure it out. And so that's a healthy boundary. Healthy boundaries are also in sports. When you're watching sports, you have healthy boundaries. Your healthy boundaries are different at a soccer match, a basketball match, and a tennis match. Those are three different sports and a football game. Those are four different sports. And there are specific healthy boundaries so that people can enjoy either participating, have fun participating, play good participating, or enjoy and have fun spectating. Those are healthy boundaries. There's healthy boundaries in your environment. You may take it for granted that you live in the house and I don't know, the amenities you have at your house. However, you may think, well, you have this and it's just there, and it's important that you have healthy boundaries to keep your house clean, that the dishes are done each evening. And when the dishwasher's done, they're unloaded and the dishes are available for the next day. The sink's empty at night. These are all healthy boundaries. That the trash taken out once a week or more than once a week, and the actual trash cans by the curb on the day that sanitation comes by to pick up the trash from your garbage can. Those are healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are also in just you and the way you talk to, listen to, engage with, experience people, right? We can't take for granted that people are in our lives, especially family. There's no way we can do that. We sometimes get on autopilot, and it's good to get out of autopilot because that's what it's all about. That's really the purpose, the mission, the philosophy, the vision, the values, the principles, the commitments, any other kind of words you'd like to use towards what one of our goals or one of your goals. So you talk about specific things and you get a sense for that. And you have healthy boundaries as you do so. And what do? You also receive a lot of informal learning. I've learned more from my parents than I've learned from anyone. Gained more wisdom, insights from my parents than I have from anyone. That's not formal learning or training or education. That's just real life. Some of it's through observation, some of it's through example. We always have healthy boundaries. Honor my parents, the way I talk to them, the way I listen to them. So these are very important. This is also very important with colleagues. They're colleagues, and some of them are work friends. Then you have friends who are outside of work. You have healthy boundaries there. And if you play sports, again, same thing. You have some sports friends, then maybe a few are friends outside of sports. You have healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries in your environment. Like, have you gone outside today and just absorbed nature? Probably not, because you see it every day and you just might, I'm not saying you do, you might take it for granted. Well, I go outside, and one thing I do is I ground myself on the ground, feel my feet on the ground, usually barefooted. And then I do 2 different types of core exercises outside, and something that I do daily. So they're healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries also allow you to to keep your routines and habits of excellence. And healthy boundaries also have your standards. Like, sometimes I do my concentration grid. Most days I do 4. So each one takes a different amount of time. And the one that takes the longest, I can usually do it somewhere in the 5-minute range. However, some days it's 6, some days it's 7, some days it's 8. Not as many. Some days it's under 5. However, there are factors involved. A lot of it usually has to do with what's on my goal list. And so when I'm at an event and I just finished up an event, I went in the morning and drove for an hour to an event, then I do the event and I come back home, drive another hour, and usually I do my concentration grids in the morning. However, this event kept me from doing so. So eventually, after I chill for a little while, let my nervous system reset, let me reset. Takes a lot of gumption, mojo, intensity, energy when you have people watching you and you're in that event. It's not as easy as it looks. So I come home and do the concentration grid, and sometimes it's not in the 5-minute range. And that's okay. However, that's the area that I could improve. And what's the breakthrough in learning to improve that? That's what is something for me to identify. Maybe I should have a longer recovery period instead of going from just one event straight into being at home for 15, 30 minutes and doing a concentration grid. Because naturally, after an event, you think about everything that went right. You think about what could have progressed, or what did you implement, a breakthrough in learning you implemented, and that actually benefited the people you're helping, made it easier for you. And then, well, what could have improved? And there's always those 3 there. And then what were the highlights? The healthy boundaries there at the event. There are healthy boundaries at the event based on the event. What kind of event is it? Is it an inspirational, edutainment, skillfully motivational event? That's a different healthy boundaries for that. Is it a training event where I'm giving verbal feedback on how they present themselves? Those are different healthy boundaries. And I will meet them where they're at. Are they professionals, adults? Are they college students? What kind of college students? Are they in high school, middle school? These are all healthy boundaries to keep in mind. And there's healthy boundaries around your time or me time, my me time, right? Like coming after an event and coming home, I've got adrenaline still running through me. And sometimes I think about the event and just sort of run through it in my mind, even though it's done. And I've improved in not doing that as much, although I do debrief or reflect. So all of that. So how fast can you calm your nervous system? So one of the things that I implementing as a healthy boundary is to meditate. and then do some breathing exercises. And then also realize that it took a lot of prep work just to be at the event and be the person who's actually coaching, training, teaching, or speaking at the event. That's before I even get to the event. Then at the event, and obviously I'm there and I'm there to help them. And usually the way I help them is I help them to implement a breakthrough in learning. They learn something new, or through a story or through an example, I'm able to sharpen something of theirs. And that's what I bring to them. And that's how I help them. And then after the event, it's very similar. There's recovery. I have healthy boundaries with the recovery. So that's what I'm looking at, is the recovery. And then naturally, the people you're around, especially your family, well, they're sort of on autopilot just like you are sometimes. And they don't necessarily realize what goes into preparing and then presenting or delivering or coaching, training, teaching, speaking at an event. Then the recovery. They just know that they'd like to eat dinner around 6:30, right? So there's ways that I prep for that. So I have healthy boundaries. I have a meal prep service, 2 of them. And then the other days, I buy groceries from the store. I'm on a meal nutrition plan. So I like to just make something simple or grill outside. However, that won't be on a day of after an event. I need recovery or want recovery. And that's what strengthens me. Where you're strengthened and conditioned, and where you make your most gains, benefits you the most, is during your recovery. It's not before, it's not during, it's afterwards in your recovery. Similar to healthy boundaries when you're sleeping. I try to go to bed every night at the same time. Some nights it's not possible. However, I have healthy boundaries around that. So these are healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries also are, some people come into your life for brief moments, and that's good. Some people come into your life for an extended period, and that's good. Some people come into your life and there's not really alignment anymore. 2 people that have, and they're good people. It's just that they have you have your initiatives, they have their initiatives, and where they are and their healthy, where you are and your healthy boundaries, where they are and their healthy boundaries, there's not really as much alignment anymore. And that's okay. And then also you have new people come into your life where with healthy boundaries, there's alignment, initiatives are aligned, values are aligned, philosophy, mission, etc. are aligned. That doesn't mean they're exactly the same. So that's the importance of healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries. And that's what performers and achievers use, healthy boundaries. And I know you're a performer and achiever. Someone might not have ever called you that, or you might not think of yourself as that. However, you are, no matter what you're doing, right? You're the one that's in that position. Nobody else there. So obviously, you've got a lot going right. Sure. Can you make progression? Can you improve? Sure. Healthy boundaries lets you do that, or is one tool to do that. So that's the importance of your healthy boundaries. If you like my podcast, like it. For those of you who are interested in private, personal, professional, confidential services and programs with me, visit my website, rajgavurla.com. Fill out the brief form, and we will contact you as soon as we can. Enjoy your day.